The great silence of the cosmos had always puzzled the Threxari. For eons, their scientists and philosophers debated the Fermi paradox in their vast crystalline libraries, pondering why the galaxy seemed devoid of intelligent life when it was so rich in potential. Their probes had scoured countless worlds. Their starships had traversed nebulae and asteroid fields. Yet they found nothing but microbial life and barren landscapes. The Threxari themselves were a highly advanced race, their bodies composed of semi-organic silicon, capable of withstanding extremes that would annihilate most carbon-based life. They had emerged from the fiery storms of Zycar Prime, a planet of molten rivers and volatile skies, and had long since mastered interstellar travel, genetic engineering, and artificial intelligence. They were the undisputed masters of their corner of the galaxy, or so they thought. Their discovery of Earth was entirely accidental. A routine survey probe, investigating a remote star system on the spiral arm's edge, stumbled upon the planet. Initial scans were unremarkable: an oxygen-rich atmosphere, abundant water, and thriving ecosystems. Yet what caught the probe's attention were the ruins. Enormous structures of metal and stone dotted the surface, some towering into the sky, others sprawled across deserts, jungles, and plains. The cities appeared ancient and abandoned, shrouded in vegetation and decay. However, what truly astounded the Threxari scientists was the unmistakable evidence of technological sophistication. The ruins bore signs of advanced engineering: fusion reactors long dormant, materials resistant to corrosion, and strange glyphs etched into walls and artifacts. The Threxari High Council convened an emergency session. Could this be the long-sought evidence of another intelligent race? Had they finally found a civilization that predated their own? The expedition to Earth was dispatched immediately. A fleet of Threxari starships descended upon the planet, their shimmering hulls reflecting the sunlight as they hovered over the largest ruins. Teams of researchers disembarked, their crystalline forms gliding effortlessly over the uneven terrain. They marveled at the remnants of human civilization, piecing together fragments of a lost culture. What they discovered left them bewildered. The ruins were not millions of years old, as they had initially assumed. In cosmic terms, they were shockingly recent. A mere few millennia had passed since humanity's apparent demise. This was a revelation that sent shockwaves through the Threxari scientific community. How could such an advanced species have vanished so quickly? What cataclysm could have befallen them? As they delved deeper, the Threxari uncovered artifacts that hinted at humanity's achievements. They found devices capable of manipulating matter at the atomic level, records of star maps suggesting interstellar travel, and cryptic writings that spoke of something called quantum consciousness. Yet for all their efforts, the Threxari could not decipher the full extent of humanity's technological prowess. Much of it seemed incomprehensible, as if it were rooted in principles the Threxari had yet to understand. One discovery, however, stood out above all others: a massive underground facility buried beneath the ruins of what had once been a great city. The facility was a labyrinth of tunnels and chambers, its walls lined with dormant machines and glowing glyphs. At its center lay a chamber containing a vast, crystalline structure, pulsing faintly with an inner light. The Threxari scientists speculated it was a repository of human knowledge, perhaps even a digital consciousness, a library of the species' collective wisdom. Activating the structure proved to be a challenge. The Threxari's most brilliant minds worked tirelessly, deciphering the glyphs and manipulating the alien technology. When they finally succeeded, the chamber came alive with a blinding light. Holographic projections filled the air, displaying images of humanity's history. Their rise from primitive tribes to a galactic civilization, their triumphs and tragedies, their exploration of the stars. But as the Threxari watched, they began to notice something unsettling. The projections depicted not just humanity's past, but also their interactions with other species. There were images of beings the Threxari did not recognize, creatures of varying shapes and sizes, some ethereal and others monstrous. These beings seemed to revere humanity, treating them as mentors or even deities. The holograms showed humans sharing knowledge, uplifting primitive civilizations, and mediating interstellar conflicts. Humanity had been a guiding force in the galaxy, a species of unparalleled wisdom and influence. And then, abruptly, the projections ended. The final image was of a vast star field, with Earth's sun at its center, surrounded by a web of shimmering energy. The glyphs translated roughly to a warning: beware the silence. We are watching. The Threxari were shaken. This was not the narrative they had expected. Humanity, it seemed, was not a mere footnote in the galaxy's history, but its original elder species. They had achieved heights of power and understanding that the Threxari could scarcely comprehend. And yet, they were gone. Or were they? Doubt and paranoia began to creep into the Threxari consciousness. What if humanity's disappearance was not the result of a natural catastrophe, but a deliberate act? What if they had transcended to a higher plane of existence, leaving behind only traces of their former selves? And what did the warning mean? Was humanity truly watching? And if so, from where? The Threxari High Council debated these questions endlessly. Some advocated for further exploration of Earth and its secrets, believing that understanding humanity's legacy could elevate their own civilization. Others warned against meddling with forces they did not understand, fearing retribution from a species that might still exist in some form. As the Threxari deliberated, strange phenomena began to occur. Their ships orbiting Earth experienced inexplicable malfunctions. Advanced sensors detected fleeting anomalies, shadows that moved against the stars, whispers in the electromagnetic spectrum. Researchers reported vivid dreams of human faces, speaking in languages they could not comprehend. It was as if the planet itself were alive, responding to their presence. In their arrogance, the Threxari had assumed themselves to be the galaxy's apex beings. Now, faced with the enigma of humanity, they began to question their place in the cosmos. The more they learned, the more they realized how little they truly knew. Humanity had left behind a legacy not just of technology and culture, but of mystery and awe. They were not simply another civilization. They were the architects of the galaxy's hidden history, the elder species that had shaped the destiny of countless worlds. The Threxari eventually abandoned their study of Earth, retreating to their home world to contemplate the implications of their discovery. They left behind probes and monitors, ever watchful for signs of humanity's return. But deep in their crystalline hearts, they knew the truth. Humanity had not disappeared. They had merely stepped aside, their gaze fixed on horizons the Threxari could not yet fathom. And somewhere, in the vast silence of the cosmos, the humans watched and waited.